Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with another one of our kind of pseudo-adventures, if you like. For this series of races, we are driving some rear-wheel drive C-Class cars. The rules were that the rear tyres could not be bigger than 245s. The reason being is if you race C-Class without that restriction, the chances are we're going to have a lot of big muscle cars turn up, or just it's basically going to be a competition of who can get the biggest rear tyres. In Forza, big rear tyres or big tyres in general give more grip. It's just a given you want as bigger tyres as possible. This means the builds are perhaps a little bit different. Not saying these cars wouldn't work in normal C-Class, but it forces people to think a little bit differently. I am driving a Lotus Cortina. I love the car, so I'd give it a try. I haven't really built one before. Also, this livery is fantastic. I was just flicking through what won, and yeah, this is an amazing, amazing livery on it. We're going to see how things go. We've got a right mixture of cars. We have a Wuling Sunshine. Yes, Gliska is bringing out the sunshine in this one, of course. There are a couple of Mustangs in here. There's an MX-5, an Alpine, a Datsun. There's even a Volvo being converted to rear-wheel drive. I've got the oldest car here. Relatively light for the MR2 could be quite strong. Mid-engine should give it good traction. The Alpine, of course, will be good in the dirt. Rear engine give it good traction for all of that. We are, 157 horsepower and just under 2,000 pounds. A good power-to-weight ratio. We're on off-road race tyres, as a lot of vehicles are here. Not everything, but quite a few are. There are going to be a few cars with more grip than me around this race, but we will be, in theory, good when it gets off-road. Oh, it might be quite slidey on the tarmac, though. The Cortina was quite well known for sliding around. So, yeah, we're probably going to be slidey with these off-road race tyres. It's the inside of the Volvo is going to struggle with some understeer. I mean, we're just a lot lighter than the Volvo. Oh, we're going to have a sneaky dive on a vehicle that didn't realise how much speed could be carried through that corner. 157 horsepower. Is it enough to out-drag the MR2? It is. We are to the inside of the Toyota. That wants to stick it out the long way round. It has the grip to hold it there. However, it doesn't have the acceleration to outrun me down the next straight. We've not done too bad considering we started in, what, like 9th, 10th, something like that? We've had a good climb through the field on lap 1. Mustang has got no grip through that corner. We will have a little lift. No, we definitely don't need a lift through there. 100% should be flat in this. I just wasn't sure what the back end was going to do, and in some ways a little bit better safe than sorry. The MR2 might want to have a dive. I'm going to try and cover that off. In fact, unintentionally, we're going to get to the inside of the Mustang, and we will take that place away from the Ford. I was not even intending to go for an overtake. I was just carrying enough speed. I was carrying a lot of speed on the way into that corner because I knew there was potential for an MR2 to give us some grief. And as it happened, we just carried so much speed, the Mustang couldn't really do much about us. I think we all kissed the wall on the way through there. The Sunshine leads! This will not do. Come on, Cortina. You cannot be beaten by a kind of minivan thing. It'll be quite embarrassing if you are. However, I'm not sure if we've got pace at the moment. We're up behind the Celica now. We've got a good run down the hill. We are to the inside of the Toyota, and this will put us in to a second place. The MR2 is fighting. The MR2, I believe, is on different tyres. I don't think it's on off-road race. I'm not sure what it's on. But that's why it could stick around the outside of us. If it gets in clean air, that's probably going to be quite quick. I've carried too much speed into turn 1. That is not good. That is not what we wanted. We may run out of laps to do anything about Gliska here. We may have to start defending from an MR2. We'll see. The MR2 is going to have an annoying race if it catches up to us, because it's going to be quicker in the corners and then just get out-dragged every time. Annoyingly for me, the Sunshine seems to have a little more stability. Just a smidge. But where the Cortina is sliding across the road, that thing is not. It's got a wide body kit and everything. It's got Forza Aero. It'll probably have better top speed than it, but at this circuit, that's of no real importance. We are pulling clear of the MR2 and the Celica now. It's just, can we chase down a minivan in a 60s touring car? It's a weird, I mean, I say it's a weird thing. I love that this is the sort of, these are the sort of, not quite battles because we're not there right chasing yet, but yeah, I love that this is what Forza can bring, if you like. We're going to try. So the aero on the Wuling will kill all of its top end. However, it will give it some more grip in these twisty sections. We've closed up through turn 1. We've had a good run through there this time out. We're going to try and stop the oversteer through there, and it is nicely enough done. This lap is going better. Gliska is on the limit, as are we. I think we both brushed the wall. They're fighting side by side. Stevie might get third with the MR2 back there. We're going to try and carry as much momentum as we can through here. We're only going to have one lap to do this, and I mean we're way too far back to have a be doing an overtake. So we've got the only way we win this is if Gliska makes a mistake, I think, because we might be a tiny bit faster, but we're not close enough to have a look. This is where we will have the slight advantage, the top speed. We pulled well clear of Stevie. That fight with the Sleeker really slowed them down. We're going to try and run it into turn 1 with as much speed as we can. Oh, we're closing. Lotus, don't slide about, please. It was on the limit of the grip. The car head is moving around a little bit as well. We're closing. We're reeling in the Sunshine, but we are going to run out of laps, I fear. Now, don't hit the wall through here. For both of us, we've got to not hit the wall. Neither of us do. Maybe I needed third there. I don't think either. I don't think it would have mattered, really. I think I've gone down to third. It would have been a little too short for us. Now is third gear's time, but I'm not close enough. Oh, it's going to be desperately annoying. We tried everything we had. I mean, we've pulled clear of the rest. We've got good speed down here. We're in the sort of slipstream. I'm going to guess the Wuling is going to punch a big hole in the air. We've got loads of momentum towards the finish line. We're right there. We needed another lap. It's not enough. Oh, we have to settle for second in the end. It's a good race. It was a good race. It was mostly just a chasing down sort of a race here. There's a big fight across the line. I'm not sure what that was. I think that was one of the Mustangs, maybe. Across there. Ooh, we were quick. 104 for us. The MR2, the Wuling, pretty similar in terms of that time. Sleeker, not too bad. The Alpine, not too bad. In fact, the MX-5 was quick, but stuck way down in traffic. Maybe missed a checkpoint early on would be my guess. It was a Mustang and a Nissan that were crossing the line very close together for 5th and 6th. It went the way of the Mustang. Yeah, I tried. We hunted it down, but we ran out of time in the end. I'm liking my Cortina, though. We head next to the Caldera Scramble. A full off-road race here. Now, I forgot what season it was. It means there's snow. No one has got snow tyres. And to be fair, you'd never put a car on those. For these sort of events we run, you can't change your car in between the races, so you're running the same vehicle throughout the mini-series. You wouldn't sacrifice your performance for one race, and there's only a chance we go to this circuit anyway. So yeah, no one's going to be on snow tyres for this. Of course, the vehicles on off-road race are going to be considerably better off. That's me. We know the Wuling has got those. I think quite a few vehicles have. You'll very quickly be able to tell. I'm going to guess the Volvo maybe doesn't, with how well we've got off the line there compared to those. This track should be pretty good, I would think, for the Cortina. We might just struggle in terms of top speed. Not top speed, sorry. Well, we might struggle slightly in terms of power up the hills, but the car's light, so there is that. Ooh, it is oversteery. Stability might actually be the bigger concern. It might be the battle of the Cortina versus the Wuling once again here, because that is already up second. Okay, I mean, we could maybe take a little bit more speed through there. The Wuling tried and hit the wall, so it was kind of even. What is Shock's driving back there? That's the Nissan, okay. The Nissan will also be on off-road race tyres. We will maybe pull a little bit of a gap down the hill. Try and get the car stopped for the hairpin at the bottom. We've got a... are we going to have a... No, not quite going to have... Still have the power to have a look anywhere here. Now, the tyre restrictions for this were 245 maximum. Now, I don't actually have 245s on this. So we are slightly down on tyre widths to some. As we can see, well, we can certainly see we've got company behind. We're going to have to be a little careful through here. Oh, Wuling's going to try to go around the outside. It has got the grip to do it. We're going to continue to battle. Oh, some rocks got thrown at us. I think some rocks got in the way of the Gliska as well. We're still not giving this up on the outside. We're going to rev the nuts off the Cortina, and now comes the bit where we're stronger. We're going to have to try it. This is going to be ambitious to make this work. Run the car in deep on the outside of the hairpin. Still we go side by side. We have the power up the hill. The Cortina is now going to be the inside for the next corners. Oh, and it's going to slide. It slides from the minivan as well. Let's just try and consolidate this place. Back-end wants desperately to let go on the Lotus. I can't lift. We cannot lift at all here. There we go. That change of direction was much better this time. Wuling sliding all over the place in the background. I've actually set this race to a lap shorter than I intended to. Whether I'll regret that or not, I guess we will find out. Okay, we will lead another lap in all of this. It's been a manic race already. It may be an accidentally slightly too shorter a race. Oh, we've gone deep. I actually don't mind that wide line. We get a really good run on the exit. Gliska went to try and get the pass, thinking I was running wide, but I'm actually happy with that. The amount of momentum we can get off the corner. So I will take that. We are going to try and carry some speed through here, because this is where we're most vulnerable, is this section. We've got to get the change of direction right here, which we do. Oh, although we get a big kick-up oversteer through the next corner. That is not what we needed. Gliska is there having a look. Don't think it's quite going to have the momentum up the hill. At the end of all of this, it's going to be a 1-2 again for the Cortina versus Wuling. The other way around this time out. We will cross the line. We will take a victory in all of this. Bloody hell. That was a good race. That was a good race indeed. Fastest lap was a fraction in it between us. To be fair, the Celica, the Alpine weren't very far down. Obviously, I think they just had worse starts. They struggled to get out of trouble in all of that. Well, it is another 1-2. Just different way around this time. It seems like it's going to be the Cortina and Sunshine battle here. Good races so far. We head next to the Chihuahua circuit for, well, the continuing battles of a Cortina and the Wuling, although we have quite an advantage here starting on pole. That is helpful, because I don't think much is going to be faster starting than us. We're light and with a decent chunk of power. I guess the MR2 might launch a smidge better, but anything that might launch better than us is further back. I don't think there's anything here with crazy amounts of power. There might be a couple of cars on stock tyres that would have a good turn of pace, a good amount of straight line speed, but we'll have to wait and see. We're certainly going to get to turn 1 first. Ooh, although we're quite oversteery. We'll get through turn 1, and then, yeah, we're kind of clear of everything. I mean, it would be interesting to see. I think possibly this might be a track that favours Gliska's car that smidge more than mine. I think we're going to be better at the faster circuits. Gliska's will be better at the more handling-based circuits, and this one is, in general, that more handling rated. Now, I haven't gone with Forza Aero on my vehicle today. In fact, I often don't really like. See, I'm tending to build grip builds. Admittedly, in C-Class is I've got a little bit different with the Cortina this time out. I was very tempted to run vintage race tyres, make the car unbelievably fast in the tarmac races. Useless off-road, of course, but unbelievably fast, in some cases anyway, on the tarmac races. I have tended to like to go that with my builds, although I tend to go for tyres and then forego the aero, because the aero kills the top speed. Now, that's not the only way to go for the builds, of course. There are plenty of ways of making cars fast. That's just the way that I like to, and the way I get the most performance out of cars. And that's what we've kind of done for here. Okay, the tyre compound is the off-road race, because C-Class you don't get much PI to play with, but I'm tending to prefer not go for the aero. The downside, though, is it means in a race like this one, I have a bit of a slidey car in comparison to the van. The van is going to want to try and find a way past. It's not going to want to sit behind the Cortina. However, we can maybe make life difficult for it. It's not going to be able to do much there. Not at the hairpin, really. It's these long corners. This is where we're in trouble. This is where we're going to struggle a little bit. It's just the back end. If I can keep the back end of the Cortina in check, we might be okay. We'll chuck it through here. We get a little bit of a slide. We'll go down to third on the exit. And every time that it gets closer, I think turn 1 is the big problem bit for me. Okay, we'll pull a gap back to it, so it's not going to be close enough to have a dive. I've got to just not slide through here. It doesn't matter. We've just not got the grip. Oh no! The sunshine is past, but we are onto a kind of acceleration zone. We might be able to just fire our car back up the inside. Don't know if I'm going to have the grip through here, though, to do that. I don't think we do, you know. We're going to look. No, we don't. We'll go down to third. So we might okay, get this corner right. We've got an amazing run. Gliska is going to absolutely cover the inside, which is fair enough. We're going to just hope... Oh, no, Gliska parks it on the apex. I was hoping there was going to be just a smidge running wide, but there wasn't. That we could maybe take advantage of, duck underneath. Because with the rest, though, actually we're both in a little bit of trouble from an RX-7. That thing's caught us pretty quickly. Though I think that's partly because we are fighting quite hard over this position. Do I want third through here? No. Not RX-7, sorry, MX-5. Oh, we just don't quite have the stability in the Cortina. It's quick in places, but the back end just doesn't stick to the road. It is the sacrifice I made for that top speeder at this track. It is costly. Here comes the Mazda. We might have to worry more about losing out to the MX-5 here. I think we will have more than enough straight line speed maybe to fend off from the Mazda. Yeah, because we're quick up here, and then we'll go back to third for this next part. This is where the Sunshine struggles a little bit for pace, but doesn't have to defend at the hairpin this time around. I can't get on the power as soon as I want to. I went to stamp on the throttle, and it just starts, the back end just wants to let go. Is that the Alpine I think I see back there in fourth? Actually all quite close between the top 4 vehicles on this circuit, but there is nothing that we can do here against the Wuling. We had a better final lap, annoyingly. Yeah, it's turn 1. Turn 1's what kills it. I think my car is equal to that everywhere else and a little better in places, but turn 1, I just lose too much time at the end of the day. It's a second place. I mean, we keep our first and second streak going. Good showing from the MX-5 and Alpine, though. They were there, definitely there in terms of pace as well. In fact, yeah, the MX-5 was quicker than both of us around there, but just caught a little bit too late. The Alpine, slightly bit faster than me. We're only talking tenths, though, here. There's only a couple of tenths difference between me and the, and the Sunshine. Well, it was another good race. Just not quite gone my way. We head to the River Scramble for our next race. Ooh, we have another. The game is being incredibly kind. Well, we're alongside our main rival here. I mean, we were good at the previous off-road circuit, although admittedly we did have to kind of defend for our lives. We might be a bit better in places around here. There are slightly longer straights for us to excel at. We may struggle in a couple of corners, though, because we just lack a little bit of grip. We'll see what we can do if we can get a good start. I think it's the first time we've started on the same row with me and Gliska, so we'll see who gets off the line better between us. The MR2, I'm pretty sure, isn't on off-road race tyres. The RX-7, we haven't seen. I don't know what tyres that thing's on. Okay, so the Wuling is a little bit better off the line. It's now going to die out when we get to sort of 80, 90 miles an hour. That's fine. That's good for me. We're going to run into here with a lot of speed and try desperately to stay ahead of that before we ping out a ghost mode. Okay, we have done the job. We're out of ghost mode with the lead of the race. That is the bit that matters. We want to go for the narrow section of water if we can, as does everybody else, to be fair. Now, get it slowed down. This is a deceptively tight corner, so everybody finds out. I love this. I do like this circuit. It is a great track. Everybody runs wide, sorry, and hits that wall at least once. We managed to get away with it on this first lap. I'm sure we won't every lap. We've got the Skyline in third. That was quick on the other dirt circuit, I think. So that may stick with us for a bit here. Stevie's still in fourth with the MR2. That's not doing too badly. We will bounce around over here. Okay, that's where we can stretch our legs a little bit, although any gap may kind of go away a little bit when we start barreling down the hill, because this is where we just lose out in terms of our grip, but we're fine. We're off the corner. Everything is good. We have got the oldest car here racing the newest car. I'm not actually sure what year that thing is from, but yeah, the battle here is very much the oldest car. I mean, what, the Alpine 70s, I think. Yeah, we can just pull, we can extend that gap all the way down here. But then this section, that Wuling is going to be pretty good through. I don't have... Yeah, it can just close. It's just... It can carry that bit more corner speed. I'm not as confident with what the back end of my car is going to do. I know it's going to move around. I don't want it moving around. I'm losing time if it's moving around. That is the way it works in Horizon 5 at least. Now, let's make sure we get the vehicle stopped and turned in for here. Don't miss a checkpoint. Try not to hit the wall. We did, as did Gliska. I told you we were going to hit it at some point. God dear, we can just see the bonnet in the rear view. We are pulling clear now of that Skyline in third place. Oh, Gliska almost gets alongside, but then just runs out of speed as we start getting past the 90-mile-an-hour mark. This is where the Cortina can shine. And yeah, it's just gone. It'll all go away again as we barrel down here. It's this next section where it gets a little bit slidey for us. As long as we can, if we can not do that, if we can hold the position coming onto the tarmac here, let's say even on the final lap, if we can hold the position there, we'll win the drag race to the line. And then it's a drag race all the way, because we don't need to brake or lift or anything for these corners. All the way down towards turn 2, 3, wherever the main braking part is, and there's that little gap again. We might want a bigger gap. We're a little bit vulnerable here. If the pass is going to come, I think it's going to come through here. If Gliska gets close enough. Now we can defend. We can make it really difficult to pass through there. That's what we can do. We can make it incredibly difficult to overtake through there, because if I park it on the apex, that's got to go the long way round, and we will out-accelerate it. We're through the water. Gliska's going to think about having a look. Now, the problem with defending at this turn is you just drift wide, although Gliska did exactly the same thing. This time around gets up the inside, but loses the back end. I just see the counter steer catching the sliding van. Even with our battle here, we've pulled well clear the rest of the pack. We've definitely got the two best overall cars. I think there might be some scenarios where there are other cars that can certainly match us or even beat us, like the MX-5. But overall, these are working everywhere, and they're working bloody well. We've again pulled this gap so that Gliska is not close enough to have a look anywhere around here. We'll barrel down the hill. Let's try and stop the Lotus from sliding around. Get the car stopped. I mean, oh, there comes that Wuling. It's got a good run this time out. It's got to go a long way here, and we will just stay ahead of it. We're going to be clear into turn 1. We can sweep across. Now, the bad news for me is it puts that a lot closer to us in the real dangerous part. This bit here is the bit that I'm worried about. It's not the easiest overtaking spot to get done. This is going to try it though on the exit. We will once again just out-accelerate that car. That's the hope, though. They are alongside us. We might be in a spot of bother here. We are going to go through the narrow bit of the water, and Gliska has to go through the deeper because we have that line. So it's a very, very good effort from Gliska. We are going to tap the wall. That loses our momentum. I have a feeling Gliska may have done the same. I suspect if they might have hit the wall harder than me. If they hadn't tapped the wall, you would have carried much better speed on the exit of that corner and possibly got past us. Now, their last chance is really the corner coming onto the tarmac. That's the best bet to get a pass done. If it's not done then, if we're side by side again, I'd probably win the drag race to the line. So we have actually extended the gap. I think we're a little safer than we have been I mean, it's only by a tiny bit, though. You can't be complacent here. The Wuling will pounce if we anyway out of shape down here. We are not. The Cortina is neat and tidy through the final corner. We run to the line. The Lotus is going to claim a victory in this one. Another epic battle between these two. Lotus does it. The Sunshine will have to settle for second. It's a third place for the Skyline again. Skyline doing well in the off-road events. I didn't see what happened elsewhere. There's a Sleeker comes across the line all on its lonesome a little bit further back. Yeah, we were bloody fast around there. Again, we're only talking a 10th difference on the lap times. Yeah, Skyline takes third ahead of the... it was the Sleeker in fourth. Then we had the Alpine ahead of the Mustang and MR2. And there's some of the cars there, not quite with the right sort of tyres. It's too old. The Cortina versus the Sunshine. We're going on to the deciding race. We head into the final race, and I mean, this is the deciding round. Come to the Emerald Circuit, and I start in 10th. This was it's a row ahead. Who knows what we're going to see here. The MX-5 could be very fast. The MX-5 could be quick around this track. This circuit, you do need some straight line speed, but there's a couple of twisty bits where the grip is going to play its part. So, I mean, overall, we've seen these cars have been, the Gliska have been very, very balanced. Only a few tenths really separating us anywhere. We might have to watch out for the MX-5. We've got a lot of traffic to kind of work our way through. If I can pass stuff before Ghost Mode ends would be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen. We might have to be watchful of more power vehicles perhaps, because it's tarmac only race, so if you're not on off-road race tyres, your car's still going to work. You've got some longer straights where you can get ahead and maybe cause some grief. Sleeker is to the inside. We might pass the MX-5 here, and indeed we do. Volvo struggling with a lot of understeer. I mean, we all just want to get past. Oh, I want to get through the traffic as quickly as we can. There's something slow on the inside, kicking up all of the stones, and Gliska has got boxed in there. They're 3 wide up ahead. The Cortina pounces to take an 8th place away. What's leading? Skyline is leading at the moment. It's not that far away, though. This is a big pack of angry cars. We're all trying to sneak our way through. Gliska's going to sneak through on the inside better than me, though, because the back end did not want to stick to the circuit, and we might actually lose out to the Alpine here. That's not good news for me. We can't afford to be going backwards, although Gliska's just run into traffic as well. So, and the Wuling's run out the top end. Right, let's try and sweep our way down. The Alpine's got past Gliska. Gliska's going to retake the Alpine. We're sneaking our way to the inside. It's 3 wide as we do battle. Oh, we're all trying to make sure we get some checkpoints in all of that. I think the Alpine might have been a little bit unlucky there. We are we're past the Wuling for now. Datsun's fighting back. That's all power and no grip, so that's going to be a handful in this next section. We're trying to pick a way through here. Something's missed a checkpoint up ahead. What car is going to come off better? I'm placing my bets on the MR2, and I think I made a right call there. The MR2 is passed. There's going to be a little bit of a squeeze. There's not much space there to fit a Cortina. We're going to try and follow Stevie's move there. I'll go on the grass. The Wuling's following us. It was a good decision there. Sneak the way past if we can. I mean, the Skyline's gone. We're not going to have a chance to catch the Skyline. We've been in too many battles to do anything about the Skyline. Can we run around the outside of the MR2? It was worth a try. I don't have the grip for that. God damn it. Well, that's fine. We'll settle back in. We're clear. We're clear of the Sunshine for now. It may well fight back though, because now there's clean air. There is clean air around. MR2 has got some pace about it. I'll say that much. It didn't seem so good at the first track we went to, but it's come pretty good here. That clipping on the rock is actually a really big problem. Gliska's slid through that corner. We've lost a heap of time from bumping those rocks. I mean, I want to get as close to the rocks as you can, but yeah, that was a little too close for me. Stevie's up to second. I mean, the podium is still on. at this one. Hell, a second might be on if we can sort everything out. The Mustang is going to fight back against the MR2. We're pulled clear of the Sunshine at the moment, this circuit, Sunshine's just not able to make up enough time through the corners. It's too slow down the straights for this track, and while it will be quick and it'll be able to carry good momentum through these turns, for example, it's just not quite working for that car. We've fallen back for it. So the Mustang's got half decent straight line speed, but not as good in the corners as the MR2 or the Cortina. We are trying to carry as much speed through there as we can. We've got one more lap to try and get the Cortina on the podium. Well, we're definitely not going to continue the swapping and trading of 1-2s in this race between me and Gliska. Oh, the Mustang's gone very wide. I drove it really deep on my own. Mustang went even deeper. The Mustang is just going to repass us, though. It's got more straight line speed. Yeah, I can't catch Stevie. Can't do anything about the MR2 in this one. This track does not work for the Cortina. The Mustang is going to come flying back past again, although it cannot maintain speed through turn 2, I guess? I'm not even sure what corner number that would be. We're not going to be able to do anything down here because the Mustang's just going to get going. Okay, Gliska's lost out to something. I'm not sure what has passed the Sunshine here. Alright, we've got to get a good exit through this next section. That might be able to get a pass done through this corner. If the Mustang is slow on the exit, which it is, we're going to put ourselves alongside. It is not going to be enough. We're going to try and pin the Mustang down, make it awkward. It does make it awkward for us, though, because we're going to be on all sorts of wrong line coming into the final corner. Well, we're going to go for it. We're just going to send it around the outside in the Cortina. It's got the grip. It sticks to the road, only just. It's a drag race towards the line. The Wuling's got back to 5th, but it looks like we will take 3rd in the end of that one. Oh, that was a good race. We found different cars to battle with that time around. Oh, but the Skyline, the MR2, was not catching those. For a brief second it looked like I might catch the MR2, but couldn't do it. Yeah, couldn't match the MR2's pace in that one. It's close, again, we're not miles off in terms of lap time. The Datsun was fast. The Datsun was fast, but looked difficult to drive, I think it is safe to say. In all of that, it was the Datsun that ended up in 6th. The Cortina will take victory in our epic duel. However, we don't take victory in the final race. The Skyline will claim that one. That was really good fun, actually. I enjoyed those races an awful lot. Well, there you go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There will be a link in the description. Find the Versus Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, shall be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.